Whoops, I forgot to unmute my microphone. Shoot. Alright then. Yeah, basically this is a to go back. I made a thing, made a little game for this stream. I got a die. And yeah, I'll let you fill out the second thing. Because I think that's, you know, audience participation, that's good. And we cast the die once for the first thing, and once or twice for the second. That way we can create a character with like almost have a random character generator, and I'll let you fill this one out. And for now I'll just be doodling some stuff. Right. But yeah, to go back, yeah, this is the kind of a character I've been wanting to draw, or like I wanted to conceptualize since 2022 or something. Just kind of just sort of a character for a story or a book that I've been meaning to write since forever, since about 4 years. I got the premise down, I got some of the character dynamics down, and some ideas for scenes, but I haven't really fully figured it out yet. And I just wanted to actually sketch out ideas for a character, and yeah. I'll be working on some more character ideas I had for the book later on, because like this stream is just supposed to be some, you know, a little bit of a relaxing stream. And yeah, just kind of coming up with some stuff, doing some fun things, and yeah. Alright, while we're doing this, I'll be having an eye on the chat and doing some tutorials until we get some actual, you know, viewership going, some actual chat stuff going. And yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool. Okay, that is weird. Right. Not helping. Can I not see the chat from this window? Do I have to like enlarge it or no? All right. Right. Guess I'll leave that window open instead. All right then. Right. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I've been doing good with Align Sensei tutorials. Especially with the Tiger Man drawing I've been showing you earlier. By the way, I do have a. I don't want to just drop the lore into in a fucking live stream, but yeah, I just have a really good idea for that character, and I really wanted to at least sketch it out. Like so far, I could have done probably I could integrated more elements from it, but I didn't. You know, I'll just count that towards the character stuff. You know, like the 10 to 15 character challenge that I've been setting myself for these streams. Because for anyone who hasn't been, I guess tuning in or whatever, I've been looking into going into art school, but that's just not really a I don't think that's really that viable. So basically, I have been looking for alternatives, and this is definitely one of them. Like just kind of doing tutorials, doing myself some little challenges and stuff like this. Especially now that I don't know. Like obviously after deciding that hey, I don't think a formal like 3-year, 4-year art education or whatever. Ever since I decided that's not really something for me, I've been feeling a little bit down. I've been a little bit just negligent on my stuff like my commissions and stuff like this. I wish I would be working on that a little bit more, but yeah. So far hasn't really been a thing, and so I just did to do some tutorials, you know. Well, I got chat open in 2 different windows, so I should be able to do a thing. Oh, I think somebody else actually joined the stream right now. That's pretty cool. All right. Right. So, for anybody watching, hi. I got a little bit of a game going right now where I got a die and a couple of things. You know, since this is meant to be a character design stream and stuff like this, I got a little game going, and I want to design a character based off of like these things for this first section, and yeah, for the second one. And anybody typing in the chat can help me fill out the second thing so we can actually get started on that. For now, I'm just kind of doing some tutorials.
Right. God, on the I'm not talking because I'm watching a video, like a review of the original Xbox One back from like 2013, and it's like, God, that is so silly. It's like, look at these awesome graphics. Like you couldn't have gotten this on an Xbox 360, and it's like nowadays you look at it and you're like, oh, that's just how what graphics have been looking like for the last 10, 15 years. It's like it's absolutely. Are we sure we're not in some kind of weird time, like we're in like the fake time period inside a movie? Because at this point I'm super weirded out by the fact that video games just haven't looked better significantly for like 15 years. It's like, wow, video games could look like real life by now. It's like, I don't care about realistic graphics, but it's just like at some point you just kind of got to ask yourself, like, what the fuck happened? Why isn't this exciting anymore? And it's like, damn, son. It's just funny going back. It's like, whoa, look at these graphics, and you're like, oh, I guess it's just like standard graphics. And then it's not even like standard graphics of like, oh well, yeah, back in the day that really looked super good. Like when somebody talks about like, whoa, what nice graphics there are on the fucking Super Nintendo or some shit, which yeah, still true because the Super Nintendo had good graphics. But I'm more like, oh yeah, look at these hot graphics, like meh, just like meh. It's like, oh yeah, like if you told me about like graphics on the Xbox One and you told me like, ooh, whatever. It's like nowadays I would just like I guess that's that game's art style. Like I just don't think video game like you can like I feel like the Xbox One was like the last console you could actually like sell graphic like you could sell based on graphics alone. Otherwise it's like so like that's just kind of funny. Because I'm basically watching this like this German review show just trying to make a parody of like the thing, and it's just like really funny. Just watching footage of Rise, Son of Rome. It's like I like Rise, Son of Rome. I liked it more than I probably should have, but it's like, damn, son, like it was not a fucking system seller. It's like this.
It's even funnier. We're talking about the fucking Connect or some shit. Now, now the Xbox is killing the dude. It's like fucking killing an Xbox, like take a flamethrower to it and saying, Xbox, go home. Or Wisey, son of Rome. Or Wisey, son of Rome. Or Wise, son of Rome. I mean, seriously, yeah, Rise of Rome, I feel like was a decent game. It wasn't great, but I like it as like a hack and slash. Like a noob who's not familiar with the genre, I like had a lot of fun, and I thought the setting was interesting. Oh boy. I wanted to do I did want to do a game stream tomorrow, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like a lot of like I feel like today isn't the day where a lot of people could actually make it, so I might just do another drawing stream. I feel like this is one of those streams where it's like, oh shoot, I shot myself in the foot because the original plan. I feel like, to be honest, this is a good idea. I feel like the idea of having a sort of a random character generator or character idea generator um, is pretty neat, but I feel like I actually need to have people watching to do it. So it's like, ooh, yeah. Like now I feel like I shot myself in the foot with this premise because it's like, oh shoot, like I cannot do this, I cannot do that properly, and it's like, ooh, shit, what can I do now? Because I can talk about fucking video games. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Oh yes, talk about video games. Like every other Johnny on YouTube. Or wise son of Rome. Oh, son of a Rome! Roman Barat, nominate it. How much US one, Oh my god! Target is actually now the review is going on to praising Killer Instinct. Oh god! I only got that because of the werewolf character because I'm a turbo furry like that, and it's like this game's like I couldn't see my way past the microtransactions. Holy shit! Like you'd rather play Mortal Kombat 10. At least that game has like RoboCop and shit. I'm like, yes, I take RoboCop over some generic fucking. I will fucking kill it instant any day. Mm. I feel like the Xbox One. This is gonna be a strong phrase, but I feel like the Xbox One, the OG Xbox One, was like not the OG Xbox, but like the first instance of the Xbox One console that came out in 2013. Fuck me. I feel like that was really the death of console gaming. I really think it was because it's like, ugh. It's like that whole thing that made like the. It was like the bargain. It's like the deal with the devil that the original PlayStation did, where it's like we are also a CD player, and then it was a DVD player with the PS2, and then it's like I feel like Xbox just absolutely like shit the bed, and then fucking PS3 was like a Blu-ray player, if I remember correctly, and that was like not a fucking update, and then it's like ugh. Okay, my penciling here just kind of sucks. Ugh. Right. But yeah, I genuinely think the Xbox One was the death of console gaming. Again, hotly debated phrase, but yeah. Because ever since then, yeah, it's just like one of those things where, and it's especially weird because you remember like the PS3 and Xbox 360 was like just unironically like some like not maybe not the best generation. I feel like the PS2 generation and stuff like that became before and was pretty good still. But it's like after before that, like after that year, that just turned into a big pile of steaming crap. Ugh. I do like the sort of like swooshy hair that the line sensor tutorials are kind of propagating. I feel like this could. I feel like I shouldn't be. I feel like I shouldn't be wasting this on a furry though. What? What? Yeah. No. I'm just generally excited to do some of this stuff, but it's just like, yeah. Now I just got the Freaking boobs. You should get that breastery. I missed game one. Oh well. Right. Right. Okay. Good, now we get the stupid collar on there. And right, that should be. Add some actual hair on there. Right. Okay, that's all right. I shouldn't be taking this long for a basic expression, but it's like, yeah, I feel like I want to really study this in a way that makes sense. Should I be doing this in ink? Maybe, but I'm not too worried about some of this stuff. Ay. I wonder if I should have announced it earlier or something. Or maybe Monday isn't a good day for streaming. Maybe I should just accept it that way and leave it at that, you know? Seems like a good idea. Just kind of leaving it at, yeah, probably Monday isn't a good day for streaming. Honestly, they were so fucking. They were so apt just portraying the Xbox One as an evil demon. Like an evil monster creature. I'm deeply just paranoid that if I now go to the toilet, just everybody will just start join the train like, well, yo, what's happening? And it's like, oh shoot. Alright, so just approximating where the dude drew the oversized breasts. Ah. Yeah, this is one of those streams that's probably going to be just 2 hours, because like, if nobody's watching, I don't see a good reason to do it. Maybe it's because I didn't do a good thumbnail or something. Damn it. If I'd known nobody would be doing it, I probably wouldn't have announced it. Like, I've done something else. Shoot. Oh. It's funny, just doing the color like in the tutorial. Just reminds me of that fucking Hanna-Barbera 1960s shoot. We have to somehow differentiate the head and the we have to differentiate the head and the head and the body, and it's like oof. So, I guess I could be talking about like broader plans for the future, but honestly, I don't want to. I don't want to. I just don't want to make anything clear right now because again, like it's just gonna be as much piss in the wind if nobody's watching. But just again, just getting like rough, just rough outline. I feel like I don't want to go too much into this like realistic sort of whatever. I kind of want to go more into you know, into just kind of what just make stuff better than like what I've been doing. Again, I wish more people would be watching right now because I found something really cool and I'm dying to talk about it. But again, why should I? It's like, so that sucks. You don't wanna waste your cool shit that you just found. So it's like, oof. Just the mega tits. It's like, ugh. Again, it's in the tutorial. Mega tits. Yeah. Uh, I was basically. Nah, I'll talk about it tomorrow. When people are actually watching. Because otherwise, it'd be just weird. Tonight, Max Payne die. Set the world on fire. We can go brighter than the sun. Max Payne 3. What? Chicken butt. Huh? Yeah, I've got some really cool conversations in my head, but it's like I can't talk about them. It's like, ugh. I guess you all are just busy with your lives, with your jobs and your other stuff, but I might as well talk about something. House Flipper 2. I've kind of been getting into it, definitely in a legal way, yes. And, damn son, I don't like it when these house building games or whatever just, like, have all these quirky DLCs, if you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why House Flipper 2 has a bloody, like, just has a bloody Scooby-Doo DLC. To me, that's just odd, bro. That's just odd. The world on fire. We can glow brighter than the sun. And honestly, that's kind of why I'm excited about Paralives. Because I feel like, it's coming out in 3 weeks. I've heard great things about the house editor and the thing. Honestly, like, the editor looked so good in the preview footage that I've seen over the years that it's like, I thought it was so good that it's probably going to be vaporware because we can't have good things. Like, if it looks like that, if it looks like this, like, oh yeah, this feels like it's gonna dunk on The Sims this hard, like, we're not gonna keep getting it. We're not gonna be getting it. Like, there's no way the Illuminati would let us get a game like this. And it's like, oof, seems like we're close. And I'm happy about that. I'm really happy. Because I feel like those Quebecians or whatever the fuck, they got some good stuff. Like, those Canadians got good stuff. I don't know. I talked to Daniel about it today, but it's like, I just think my favorite thing about The Sims 3, which is my all-time favorite Sims game, my favorite thing about that always has been the or like the Ambitions DLC, like the Ambitions pack, where it's like you can become an inventor and like you can build a friggin' time machine, and then that acts like as a rabbit hole with like different little quests and like a text, almost like a text adventure type of thing. To me, that was so brilliant. I wish, I don't know, I want more stuff like this. Like, I basically what I want is like that, but with more like almost like have a mod feature for the game where you can just you're like, oh, you add more text and more text and more text to this thing and add your own little like little text adventure machines to give you different bonuses in the game or whatever. I would really love that. Like, in a way, I feel like those are the most exciting things, even about stuff like rabbit hole jobs and stuff like this. Like, I would love if rabbit hole jobs in the series like The Sims just work like little text adventures. Like, ironically, I feel like what could save The Sims would be more writing, more manufactured stories almost. Because like at least in like those small like in those small ways. Because like it's nice to have an overall thing, but if you wanted to like combine it with like playing through your Sims or whatever, if you know your job careers, you do want to have memorable moments that go beyond the grind. Because otherwise, if you just have like, oh, Sim goes to job, Sim goes like this, and blah 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 blah, like it literally is just going to become perfunctory. It's just going to become boring. And I feel like if you added more like those like rabbit hole like text adventure things where you can actually input like story decisions, whatever, and have consequences based on like your sim stats, like that would make stuff so much more awesome. So much more awesome. I like having more conventional gameplay in The Sims like that without sacrificing the main focus, you know? Like, I wish it had that functionality and, like, you know, like an actual mod functionality to accompany it, to add more like rabbit hole stories. And if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it's basically like a building where you go into, you don't, like, and your sim just vanishes, and they'll presumably have like adventures in it, or like do their jobs in it and stuff like that. I love that. I feel like it's a neat idea. I just think it's always been like the most bleh thing ever in The Sims, except for stuff like the Ambitions Time Machine. Like that was really good. Because I like the idea of, paradoxically, I like the idea of text adventures or games within games, but unfortunately we cannot have stuff like, you know, um stuff like you know what? I really do like these character sketches though. Like Lion Sensei, that's an attractive character design. I want to have a character that looks like this for like, some future issues of a comic. I like that idea. I already know where to put it or what to do with it. So I like I don't like when like I don't like this like pseudo human thing. I've always been more of a cartoon like a cartoon animal kind of person with like very roundish limbs and shit like that. Oh, you know, that kind of resemble more like actual animal limbs, but in a more stylized way. Versus like this, where it's like, okay, yeah, it's like more human-esque, human-y. And it's like, I like the idea of actually putting those two together and actually have characters point out how weird it is. It's kind of what I want for a comic, and I like the idea of having a villain or whatever that you know that old Futurama joke of like, what's the evilest? We've combined we've combined the DNA of all the most evil animals on the planet to create the most evil creature ever, and then just like the fucking it's just out of the tube comes like a guy just saying, "It turns out it's man." It's like it's just saying out loud, "It turns out it's man." And it's like that's funny. That's fucking funny. Wah wah. Wah 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 wah. Boing 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 boing. Yeah. And yeah. Hi. But yeah, it's like rabbit hole. That's just as an aside. I really like the idea of like having a character like this. Is like they took too much of the human whatever, and they became like this weird, just generic like furry human animal thingy, like more human than animal type of thing. Yeah, stuff that I really don't like in a furry art. Yeah, that, and it's like it's pointed out by like the more animal characters. It's like I like that being an actual plot point. Is it a little bit too like furry, whatever? Probably, yeah, but I like that idea of just actually playing with the idea. Tonight we are young. I like the big hair. I miss the big poofy 80s hair. Oh, talking about big poofy 80s. Yeah. I've kind of been doing more stuff in GTA Vice City, and I'm kind of going to arriving at that point where it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm slowly kind of getting bored a little bit, but it's not too much, so it's like, but like the boredom is definitely setting in. And also talking about GTA, I really need to go to the toilet because I feel like that's where the GTA franchise is still right now. I hope nobody just. I hope not a bunch of people suddenly now join in right now. That would be really sad because I'm not prepared for just having everybody just suddenly show up. Oh shoot! Nobody really did come in. Oh, sad. I'm disappointed. Super disappointed. Lame. Boo. Alright. Big spade. I'll leave the big thing I wanted to talk about until tomorrow when people are actually watching. But ass. Right. I want to see everybody from behind. What do I want to say? Oh yeah, I want to see everybody from behind. No, but besides that, yeah, I've been actually getting into. I really shouldn't be segueing into the topic. You know what? I'll squeeze in another topic in between so it will feel less awkward. Talking about teenage girls. What? 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 Yeah, no. Uh, I hope Ukraine gets Crimea back. Boom. Yeah, next topic. Um, I've been actually getting into like Nancy Drew books, and yeah, like listening to these Nancy Drew books really made me let me be aware of one thing. You cannot skimp out on when something enters public domain. You really gotta weigh your options. Like big weighty breasts. No. You gotta weigh your options. Hi. You gotta weigh your options when it comes to audiobooks because especially since Nancy Drew got into public domain, you can get a lot of people just narrating the books you usually shouldn't have really shouldn't be narrating books, and it's like, yeah, some of that stuff gets really, 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 really weird. Like I was trying to get a box set of the first Nancy Drew books written in 1930, because again, entered public domain, and yeah, turns out like, ooh, I've heard YouTube narrators do a better job at reading texts rather than this person. I mean, glad that they're trying, but it's like, ooh, you probably should be doing this in a non-paid way on YouTube instead of actually asking for money. Because like, ooh, yeah, I couldn't get past it. I was trying to get to the first 3 books in the series because Nancy Drew is always one of those names you've always heard when it comes to like literature in general. Like I feel like it's sort of an undercurrent, but I don't think a lot of people have actually sort of referenced it in a meaningful way. So I was like, huh, it's sort of there, but it's not really there. You know what I mean? Like it's sort of in the undercurrent of culture, but no. But I wanted to make it more relevant to me personally. And yeah, it's just kind of so far, yeah, these books are about what you would expect. You got the bad people, you got the good people, and you got the you got to find out how a lot of the mystery or the weird happenings come together. It's very it's very literal when it comes to mystery. You know what I mean? Like it's very some of the language clearly is old, and the world building definitely feels like you can sort of tell that this was written like right during the Great Depression. Not necessarily like in a world where like a lot of the effects of the Great Depression sort of hadn't happened. It's sort of still very, at least in the first book, very roaring 20s. Like Nancy Drew drives a roadster, like she has her own car. That's very 1920s. Like the sort of idea of the new woman and stuff like this. The idea that would kind of sort of get drowned out again by the 1930s as a lot of people just didn't have the money anymore to be liberated in the way 1920s women were. And so it's a weird bridge between those things, between like a very liberated young woman and a very like rural son of a lawyer type of woman, like very like servants. Like it's a weird synthesis between those two undercurrents of like the 1920s and 30s. So I feel like that's kind of makes it interesting as a sort of a historical piece, should I say. And yeah, I really like reading these with that lens because I always like to read books, especially when they were written with a certain historical perspective. And of course, like if you read old books, you get that thing of like, hey, some of these ideas were not we're proud of their times and stuff like this. And I generally think that's silly, but I can definitely see it here. I feel like in something like a Lovecraft, where it is about horror and like making you feel bad, or like maybe not exactly make you sympathize all the time with their horror protagonists. Like it's fine. Like when I read my Lovecraft, I don't care if he calls somebody, the formal N-word. I don't know what you would call the word Negro, whatever. Like what you would call that. But yeah, like you're definitely not meant to sympathize with people like that. But like when Nancy Drew just goes off on a woman for being like fat or whatever, it's like that just comes across as odd. It's like her lumbering gait or whatever. She's whatever, and like the like woman servant in the second book. It's like ooh, or like you have like a very like written in a certain way, kind of like Uncle Tom's Cabin sort of black person. It's like that is uncomfortable. Like in a setting like this, where it's mostly a cozy mystery or whatever, or like a proto cozy mystery, like this stuff just ooh, yeah, this does not feel like it fits. And I feel like that's sad. Because I do want to enjoy these books more than I do, but again, they mostly work as sort of a historical perspective into like mostly the life of a young person in a non-threatening way in the early 30s or whatever. Like just we're still in the undercurrent. Sometimes you really got to think about like, oh yeah, the idea of a house being put up as a museum or whatever for like American not American Civil War type of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, right, that would still be a thing. So it's like, I don't know. Nowadays, I wouldn't think of a house from the you would think of a house from the 1930s getting turned into a museum or something like this. But like the idea that in roughly the same amount of time, lies between the 1930s and actually a short amount of time between the 1930s and the American Civil War. So it's like, ooh, you do get stuff like this, and it's just kind of interesting. Because I do think I haven't really looked at it that much, but I haven't looked into it that much. But I feel like the writer is definitely more of a New England sort of person, trying to write a town in the Midwest. And to me, that kind of comes across as weird, because I thought like, oh yeah, this takes place in New England. Like it's a very formal, really like waspy speech, and like, oh yeah, that's weird. But yeah, overall, I feel like these books are worth reading. For the historical value alone. And I'm getting a lot of just material out of this, even if some of the speech just is a little bit stilted. Like, and I like I like old-timey speech if it's delivered in a stylish way, but here it's very like, I don't know. It's just odd hearing a young woman talk in the way you'd assume an old lady would talk. Like calling something, "Oh, you horrid bird," and stuff like this. It's like, oh, okay. "Oh, you horrid little thing." It's like I cannot help but just listen to that and think of, oh, you're like 60 years old, aren't you? Like 70. And it's like, oh no, you are just you are just someone from a time period where that was a more common phrase to use. And that's just, again, that's odd. It's odd. So, I guess that one person just left immediately. Yep, this is going to be a 2-hour stream. I guess 45 more minutes. Shoot. Well, Well, oh well. At least I'm breezing through these tutorials more or less. Like I feel like I'm doing a good job going through these, but I have to, no. Easy perspective drawing. Huh. Cheapest professional art setup. Pencil, mark, and digital. Interesting. Dynamic natural posing. Oh. Oh, it's weird when sometimes you look at a playlist and you just kind of, usually you'd skip over that. But it's like now it's, yeah, an actual good amount, like, between, in the Art Sensei tutorial, or Line Sensei tutorials, I see a lot of things that are interesting. Hmm. 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 Right. Okay, just doing some stuff. Lamau, Timmery. It's a long way to Tipperary. Did a new PNG tuber thing for with the controller. Like, I'm gonna fucking steal that. I don't know what to do with perspective, but I'm gonna do something like that. Maybe I can do that in the future for game streams. As if anybody was watching. I'm definitely gonna just go out of an limb and just do. I think I'm gonna double fist the next one on Twitch and YouTube. I hope the technical difficulties won't be too strong, to be honest. Yeah. Mm. Ay, ay, ay. Hmm. Hello, internet. Welcome to Game Theory. You know, if no one is gonna do any kind of thing, I feel like I might just try to fill this one out myself. I feel like an idiot because I was trying to scramble to get it die. Just before the stream. Like, you know, this is one of those things where you're just kind of like, you know, this is gonna, like, usually when you don't look for it, it's always like flying around in the fucking drawer, and it's like, today it's like, come on, I just gotta rummage through the drawer and find one. Yeah, no, I looked at multiple drawers where usually you would find shit like that, and it wasn't there. That was really disappointing, but I managed to just get like a typical like game collection or whatever, like a board game collection, and it just did it that way. So that was good. It's weird looking at this shit now and like how easily it is to draw like a fucking furry character or whatever. No, I don't want to go into like how I found some cool shit in the from the 90s. That's gonna be tomorrow. Yeah, if you're listening to this in the future, it's like, yeah, it's gonna happen tomorrow. Oops. Oh, yeah. Right. Alright, with the body, I'm just kind of freestyling. You need to have a style. You need to have to be able to be. I'm proving my own point. You need to be able to be stylish, not to freestyle. Do 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 do. Okay. Right. I'm so tempted to try. Excuse me. I'm so tempted to try like one of those like weird 90s furry designs because like those look so weird. It's like they have the eyes like a million miles apart and it looks awful. And they're like absurdly small and the heads look just all kinds of wrong. They're like weirdly football shaped always. And it's like, ooh. It's like, oh my god, what the hell?
Ja, ist in Ordnung, alles gut. Ja, ist in Ordnung, alles gut. Schock, lass nach. Alles.
Ich tue gerade was aufnehmen, es tut mir leid. Ich habe echt nicht gedacht, die Claudia würde das machen.
Ist in Ordnung, Alex, alles gut.
Ay, 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 ay. For context, it's currently raining outside and like, yeah, this is one of those things where it feels almost cartoonish. It's like, dang it, I don't think I should have streamed today. Yeah, it's basically one of those things where it's like, oh, it's raining. My uncle asked me to like tell him to when it starts raining to like to like to put the clothes that he decided to put outside, like decided to dry outside in, and I just forgot to tell him, or rather I just thought like, hey, it wasn't going to be that bad, and it's like somebody's going to take care of it. No, and I guess now it's just like nobody did, and it's like, damn it. Yeah, it's one of those things that I really probably shouldn't have streamed today. Shoot. Shoot. Do we get disproportionate Barbie girl? Sad. Anyway. Oh well, I'd at least stream and have nobody watching than not stream at all. Whether the river may be wet or firm, we rub along without a care. They gotta hang out, they're watching on the Siegfried line. If the Siegfried line's still there. Shoot. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Do 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 ba da 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 da. What's wrong without a care? I don't know. On short notice, is the best I can do. Just trying to freestyle in the head. I'll just rub along with that I care. I'm gonna hang around watching on the Siegfried line with the Siegfried line still there. Do 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 do. Alright. Right. Right. Well, yeah, today's stream definitely a bust. But I'm Tish. Well. I guess we have officially crossed the excitement horizon. Hmm. Okay, and that's like half of the generic expressions that the dude is kind of asking for, right? Yeah. Right, okay. Since nobody really seems to be joining in, I think I might be cutting the stream early. Bruh. Sheesh, Bruder. Yeah, definitely a bust. Ugh. At some point, I just gotta dump all of these sketches just onto a goddamn license's Discord. Sheesh. Oh my god, the next expression is just the fucking honey, I'm so horny expression. The fucking, you know, the scream, honey, I'm so horny. It's like fucking eluding or whatever. Like, what is that? What is that meme? What is that fucking Chad meme? They literally that expression, but for a furry. That's hilarious. It's like this expression. Babe, please have sex with me. I'm so horny. Honey, I'm already being fucked enough. uh, yeah, well, this is supposed to be the warm up. Now I've already almost half done this fucking thing. Dang it. Oof. Well, yeah, I'm cutting this stream early. Really disappointed. Especially since I think this is not gonna revitalize itself. I mean, theoretically, somebody's watching right now, but I have no idea who that is, so... Yeah. Shoot. And by the way, I wasn't joking about that fucking honey, I'm so horny thing. Can you see it? Can you see the expression? Honey, please have sex with me. Shut up. Shut up, wench. I'm already being fucked enough. Yeah, that one. At least this is gonna be some good practice. Unless this is one of those things where, no, actually, you haven't been practicing enough, you've just been fucking yourself over this entire time and pretending. You know, like those YouTube videos with those thumbnails? God, I love those titles. Like, you have been using references wrong the entire time. How about you shut the fuck up? Stop trying to make a problem that doesn't exist just so you can get clicks on YouTube. That fucking sucks. Seriously, that really fucking sucks. Oh well. Right. Yeah, I'll leave this for now. Like, this is fun. I'll probably do the rest off camera and then do some of the extra exercises because this is fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna be like, yeah. So I guess thanks to everybody who's been watching. Like the few people. And yeah, I hope I'll see you tomorrow for some actual character design this time because it's like, yeah, kind of disappointed. Oh well.